Hey, this is Sean Collins from Profile Racing Australia, and you're watching ECITV.
How are you, mate?
Good, mate. How are you? We're up to episode 11.
Crazy. Legs 11. Woo! So what's happening in the world of Shane Jenkins?
Well, I got out onto a BMX track, a proper full-blown sized BMX track last weekend, which was really good to, spin the legs and realise how little I've done over this COVID break.
I think everyone's going to be experiencing that. There's going to be a lot of hamstrings and calf muscle tears and everything when people get back thinking they can still do what they did 8 weeks ago.
So I'm pretty glad that when BMX Australia announced that racing is going to recommence, they're giving me plenty of time to get ready for the Nationals.
Well, that's amazing. It's I didn't realise that they had started announcing the some race meetings coming up. It's the start of the National Series and as early August.
Yeah, obviously not as early as the US, which starts again next week.
Yep.
So I guess it gives them time to sort of figure out if it's doable or not too. So August does seem very soon. I mean, like any BMX, I'm keen to get out on the track, but I want to do it safely.
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so they announced National Championships Monday, November 30th to Saturday, December 5th.
Yep.
So that's still down in Launceston. So we'll have to rebook our accommodation there, Gaza.
Will do. Be on to that.
Yeah, and then National Series round 3 is going to be postponed. So that was supposed to be Canberra. We had the ECI van all booked in and loaded up and ready to go, and they had to pull the pin on that one. So looking forward to that one. Then there's Lake Macquarie, August 8th that you mentioned. Not sure that we'll load up for that one yet. And the Cove, so that's over in Adelaide on October 24th. So looking forward to planning some road trips. It's been a while.
Actually, really looking forward to getting out on the road again and doing a few road trips with the boys and a little bit of filming and actually being able to report on some race meetings and a little bit of travel instead of just talking general chit chat like we have been the last few weeks.
Some might call it dribble, but I don't.
I do.
Also this week, Supercross BMX had announced some Retro Reproductions. There's a 90s jersey, which is going to be done as a limited number, so it's pre-order only. So we'll provide a link to that. And they're also going to be bringing back the aluminium strong arm cranks, which are one of those hot items amongst mid-school collectors. They sell for about $1,000 as a set. It doesn't matter what the condition is. So it'd be nice to see a whole bunch of those out, and I'm sure we'll see some on race bikes because they're supposed to be remodeled with Euro bottom bracket and oversized spindle and all that sort of stuff. So it's a modern take on a classic crank arm.
So availability on those, when you say they're pre-order, when are we looking at those possibly dropping, like just this year?
Yeah, so I think they're going to ship them mid-August.
Okay.
I'm not sure on the cranks, but that's the jerseys. And the way they're cranking out all this retro gear, they've got frames and all sorts of stuff coming out. I'm sure it'll be by the end of the year.
So pre-order of those just through Supercross Australia?
Yeah, just go to supercrossbmx.com.au.
Yep.
And you should be able to get in touch with them through that.
Okay, excellent. That's good news. Good news.
Mm.
And you're going to be getting into a bit of pumping today.
Yeah, so with tracks being closed here in Melbourne, I mean, they're available, but not until after lunch. I thought we'd get an early start and head down to the Cockatoo pump track, which I think opened around the time of coronavirus, so it hasn't really been ridden a great deal.
Yep.
I did notice Max Cairns has been down there and a few others, so I thought it might be worth having a look at. It's an all-weather track. Maybe I should share.
Out in all the weather. Is that what you mean?
So it's bitumised, which is good, and it seems to have a few jumps on it, which is my preference when it comes to pump tracks.
I've actually been watching this get built. I go past it fairly regularly. It is en route to one of my my favourite pastimes, and I've been watching it get built over the past couple of months, and And yeah, there's been a lot of people sort of sneaking in there and having a few rides, and it does look really good. It's a great little location and very picturesque.
Yeah. So also, while I was looking at that, I discovered that there's quite a few guys up in Brisbane riding the Darra track. And
Good old Darra track.
if anyone can explain what Darra is, if it's
or where it is.
if it's a suburb or if it's just a sound that Queenslanders make in the morning.
It's what Bruce utters when he crawls out of bed at probably mid-morning.
And so that one's open, and I've seen a lot of people riding that one. It looks pretty cool. I wouldn't mind going down there myself. It's actually got lighting, so I think they ride there until about 9 o'clock at night. And of course, one of our old favourites, City Dirt. It appears to be open. There's quite a few different levels down there. So they've got the pump track. Actually, I think they've got a couple of pump tracks down there. A few runs of jumps for intermediate, as well as the very well-known, massive, big dirt jumps that scare the heck out of me.
I tell you what, it's one of these things. We did a road trip a few years ago to Adelaide, and that was my initiation. I was a virgin to the city jump, and I went and had a look at that. Obviously, I don't ride, and I don't pretend I do. But when the boys took me there to have a look at this city jump, city dirt, it was incredible, and so close in proximity to Adelaide CBD. To have something like that, a facility like that, in the heart of Adelaide is incredible. And look, Adelaide's fairly central, so really do yourself a favour, and if you are out and about, head towards Adelaide and go and have a look at it, because yeah, it's if you are a rider of any level, they cater for everything. It's definitely worth going and have a look. We've been back a couple of times since, and each time I'm just blown away by it. The way it's the upkeep of it is fantastic. And the council is behind it 1,000%. It's so good. It's
been there for quite a while, and I think in the last couple of years they've employed Trail Collective to do the maintenance. So it seems to be that it barely gets run down, and obviously some of the jumps are looked after by the locals, but the Trail Collective keep the whole lot up to scratch.
Yep. And while you're there, you can always call in and say hello to Little Black Bike. They're just around the corner. They're a freestyle street predominant sort of store, but a 100% BMX store. They do carry a little bit of race stuff, and it's definitely worth popping in and saying hello to the boys there. Say hello to Matt at Little Black Bike.
All right, let's get on to Show Us Your Bike, Gazza. It's the Answer BMX Show Us Your Bike now.
It certainly is hang on a sec, the Answer Show Us Your Bike. So what we're showing here is the Answer Pro Plate. I'll get my hand off the Answer logo. The Answer Pro Plate and the Answer Mini Plate, available in a massive range of colours, and these will be the prizes for Show Us Your Bike after John jumped on and gave us a little bit of sponsorship. And we're even going to try and pretty them up a little bit, and I think you've got a rough sketch of some stickers that we may be putting on them, but yeah, so please just, when you do enter Show Us Your Bike, just let us know what size plate, what colour you'd like, and we'll shoot one out, thanks to Answer BMX Racing America.
Thank you very much, John and Answer. So let's get started. Do you want to kick it off with Nathan Glabb's Stay Strong?
There you go. How's that look?
It's pretty special.
Magic, just like that. Okay. Hey, boys, this is from Nathan Glabb. Hey, boys. Here is my 2019 Stay Strong V2. Pretty stoked on the way she looks. It's amazing how they all call them women, how she looks. I suppose it'd feel a bit weird riding a male bike. I don't know. I'm a big stealth fan, so I wanted to keep it with minimal colour, and having all black parts goes pretty much with any frame. I used to have a full carbon bike, but decided to get rid of all my carbon bits, as I didn't think it was a huge advantage, and I wanted to mix it up a bit. But overall, this is probably my favourite bike I've ever owned. I also have a lot of respect for Stephen Murray, so it's a brand I can really get around. It's amazing, there's been quite a few going from carbon back to alloy, but maybe we'll cover that another time. Parts list on this now. Now, Nathan did give us quite an extensive parts list down to tube valve covers and everything like that, but we thought we'd limit it a little bit because the show only goes for an hour. So what we'll just cover is his main parts, and that is a Stay Strong V2 frame. Forks are the tangent tapered 1.5 to 1 1/8. Stay Strong bars, Alienation Mischief front and 440 rear rim. Now we'll have to find out from Nathan as to why he's gone for a 440 rear when normally people match them up with a Malice rear. But anyway, and Onyx Ultra hubs. And he finishes it off with "Keep up the good work, boys." So I must admit, what Nathan said in regards to the stealth side of things, I agree wholeheartedly. I do love a bike that's blacked out, and this really does look trick.
He's done.
Sorry, mate.
He's done an exceptional job with the photos. That looks fantastic.
About to say that he's just look. He's. I mean, I don't even know what's holding that bike up. You know, I mean, it's just suspended in air as far as I'm concerned. Like, yes, it's sitting on the ground, but how is it being supported? That is brilliant the way he's done that.
I reckon he's done the old magazine trick where they hold on to it until you're about to take the photo. And
get someone let go of it and take a quick click.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Looking at the bike, I don't think you could allow it to drop on the ground, so it'd have to be quick. So yeah, fantastic setup and a really good looking rig. He's I hadn't seen Nathan's bike previously, and that does look awesome. So yeah, again there. I mean, unless he's photoshopped it, that's a fantastic shot. That's probably one of the pics that I would have seen since we've been doing the show us your bike.
One of the
apart
best.
From the one that was probably episode 1 that was laying in the middle of the road. That to me is one of the best shots that I've seen. The only thing I was about to say, sorry, before we go, is very severe angle. Now, he's running V-brakes, so cable brakes, but there's a very severe bend in the brake cable, it looks like. I'm just curious as to what sort of restriction he might feel on that and why he hasn't run the brake cable, you know, with a bigger curve. But,
yeah, it is a very short cable, isn't it? No X-ups for Nathan.
No, very short, very tight bend. So I'm wondering if there is a little bit of restriction there. But anyway, we'll find out from Nathan later on. Moving right along. Whoa. Have I gone in too close? No, that's it. Away you go, mate.
All right, so this is Brett Creswell. He says, my 2018 GT Speed Series. It's being in my 30s, I raced as a teenager and still love the look of mid-school GT bikes. So I stripped and polished my 2018 model GT, put some 99 decals on it, and something a little different and something I've wanted to do. So he says, cheers. So it's, it looks fantastic. I like the way he's done that with the decals, just to make it look that little bit different. And
it definitely is a high polish. He's done a fantastic job of polishing that frame. That looks almost chrome. He's done a really, really good job of that.
And I think anyone who watches the show will know we're big fans of polished and chrome.
I'm curious as to the front forks. They look fairly chunky.
They do, don't they?
Wondering what they are. I don't know whether it's just that photo, whether it's a little bit distorted or not. You can't see them in the previous photo, but they look quite chunky and stumpy or something. You know, I don't know, but it'd be curious to see what they are. A 20mm dropout, so they're obviously a modern fork, but yeah, they do look quite different.
The GT has a tapered steerer, so I can't tell if they look chunky because it's a tapered fork, which would make them something like a Stay Strong or...
and is that a non-pivotal seat?
Yeah, it's one of those older people uni seat kind of deals.
Yeah. Also unusual. So yeah, he's got a couple of unique things on there. And look, he's gone to a bit of trouble too with the it's a box seat. Yep, a fixed box seat. And with the layout and everything in the garden. Again, it's great seeing that our viewers are taking the trouble and taking the effort to present these bikes. They're obviously very proud of them. rather than just sitting them against a tin shed and taking a photo. They're going to a lot of effort. So kudos to the viewers. Whoa, here we go. Okay, I might let you do this one as well because it's I've lost it. I've lost the.
You've lost it. Wouldn't be the first time.
Lost it. Yeah, because it's a custom Supercross. I might let you do this one, mate.
All right. So this is Lacey Gray's Supercross. Her father Travis sent this one in. He says, "Hi BMXers. On behalf of Lacey Gray, here is her entry to the Show Us Your Bike comp. This was her birthday present in May. This is Lacey's custom Supercross in the theme of Captain America, red, blue, and black at every turn, with a highlight being the wheel set and frame. Polished junior Supercross frame and mini bars complement the Alienation blue and red rims, with the alternate coloured Vee Rubber tyres. Couldn't wipe the smile off her face."
I hadn't even noticed that yeah, he's gone with the blue and red rims and the opposite in sidewalls V tires. That is a lot of detail that has really stood out. That's brilliant.
It says that Lacey is from Ferntree Gully and is with the Knox BMX Club. We've had quite a few Knox BMX Club riders send their photos in. Her handle on Insta is @Lacey Gray, Gray, BMX 113. It says, "Stunning bike, and as usual, it's hard to capture its awe in photos." So this is the first time I've seen this bike too. I would have thought a Captain America would have a white frame. It kind of make the stickers stand out well, but as I said earlier, polished really does it for us. So I'm not going to complain.
Yeah, you think it'd be red, white, and blue for Captain America, but yeah, the polish does look good. It's amazing the detail they've gone to. What's the wrap on the fork, do you think?
I was trying to read that. It looks like stuff.
It's obviously got lace, the hashtag on it. It's hard to see what it actually says, but yeah, gone to a lot of detail. That's a brilliant setup.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. Now for the tough part of the job. Who's going to be a winner out of this? Look, Nathan Glab is. I just love the presentation of that bike, but I think personally the effort that's gone into Lacey's bike would be hard to beat. I don't know what your thoughts are, mate.
I'm torn as well, but I would have swung a little bit towards Nathan's bike, actually. I just like the way he's composed the photos and gone all black. So yeah, I'll let you toss that coin, Gary. Still with me?
As a hush falls on the stadium. Look, I'll go with Lacey.
Okay.
I just think the effort that's gone into that bike. I love Nathan. Nathan won't be as upset. I think Lacey might have been upset if she hadn't have won, because it's just, she would be so proud of that bike. And I think what would top it off is a beautiful little Answer, maybe a blue with red surround or something, number plate. So yeah. So if Lacey can just let us know, or her dad Travis, let us know her t-shirt size. Now we have got a bit of a delay at the moment with small t-shirts. So there's been a couple of winners that haven't received their shirts at this stage. We're just getting some more manufactured. We got cleaned out of smaller sizes. So if you can just be a little bit patient, but yeah, so just let Travis, please let us know her size, return address and everything, and we shall get a number plate and t-shirt out to you. Congratulations, Lacey and Travis, and everyone who entered.
This is going to be the toughest fought Show Us Your Bike competition yet, really. I mean, we didn't mention Brett when we were tossing that coin, but Brett's bike, he has custom decals as well, and he's gone all out. It's just, things are getting really tight here these days, and I think those answer plates have really brought out people's artistic sides.
Yeah, I agree. And look, honestly, it's hang on, I'm trying to stop sharing. My mum told me never to stop sharing, but I have, so we should be back to normal now. Yeah, I agree. And look, I think it'll be getting a lot more intense as people start to realise that there's a beautiful Answer number plate up for grabs, along with an ECI BMX T-shirt. So it's definitely a competition worth entering. And when you consider that, you know, we only really show 4, maybe 5 bikes a week, the odds are pretty good to come out as a winner.
All right. So if anyone else would like to join in the fun and potentially win a number plate, T-shirt, sticker pack, all you have to do is take a couple of photos of your bike, make sure you make a little bit of an effort, and email them to ECITV@bmxultra.com. And what other information do we need? We need T-shirt size, return.
T-shirt size, number plate preference. So whether mini or pro, and what colour surround. It's actually going to be longer than the list of components on your bike if we add too many prizes to the list.
I will attempt to get to a form, so we'll get people to fill this form out. But for now, just email it. Let us know what club you're from and where you're from, all that sort of information, what you like about your bike and what made you purchase a particular bike. Just anything that helps us explain to people how you came about getting to this final bike that you're taking a photo of. Perfect.
Now, with Lacey's bike, one of the things that stood out was the colour matched V tyres. So I believe that could be a good little segue into something that we're about to show.
It's quite smooth. You did a good job there, Gary.
Thank you. So yeah, I had the opportunity some time ago, a couple of years ago, well, probably a few years ago now, to go and visit the Vee tyre factory in Bangkok, Thailand. Now, unfortunately, I didn't shoot a great deal of footage or anything during that trip, but we have stumbled across a video just showing a little bit of the Vee tyre factory and a little bit of the story behind the Vee Corporation. During this, we deal with a person, one of the grandsons, and his name is actually Bike, B-A-K-E, and a fantastic guy to deal with, and I've dealt with him for many years, and he took us around and showed us quite a bit of the Vee factory. You're frowning. What have I done?
You said bike was spelled B-A-K-E.
Oh, B-I-K-E. Sorry, that's just an old man. I fade off every now and then, just like my hair. Yeah, so we got a little video clip just showing the Vee factory and the process. So, why not? Sorry, mate. Yeah.
Why don't we play that and we'll come back with some questions.
Okay, sounds good.
You gonna press the play button for us?
Plantation is located on the southern part of Thailand and has belonged to the Vee Rubber Group for 40 years. Everything starts here. The first is cutting the tree and collecting the white latex in the coconut ball. This tree is the first step of the process. Then the latex is cleaned with water to extract the purity. Once it is ready, we chop it up into small pieces and allow it to dry. We then bake it, and the white color turns to brown. In the laboratory, we control the process to dictate the thickness and type of latex we manufacture. Each process is used for different compounds and products. Each compound and material has to be selected carefully for each type of tyre, for bikes, car, and moto. When the latex is ready for the next process, We mix the compound and we make sure the formula is perfect for the desired product. Then they extrude with carbon to change the chemical compound and create a black tyre. Later on, we put the compound on the side and we start the casting in different TPIs and the topping with the rubber. Extruder is important to make sure our famous top 40 compound is perfect with different proportions of the compound. The wired bit bead is the next step for the model. We use armoured wired bead. The building machine is one of the key elements on the process. Layer by layer, we build the tyre and focus on the side wall and the construction. We then add the hot patch for branding and marketing to give you the best riding experience. The green tie is on and ready to bake the tyre. Finally, the tyre comes off the mould. The tyre is now inspected by our engineer and ready to go. We build every tyre with passion and care. The process starts at the plantation and ends on the trail.
So that was an interesting video, Gary. Does it reflect your experience there?
Look, it does. It's amazing how hands-on tyre manufacturing is. We were blown away by the fact that there's something like 2,000 employees, massive warehouse. They have 4 factories scattered around Thailand. There was just the one that we went and visited. They're massive in motorbike, truck, car, off-road tyre manufacturing. Bicycle is actually a small part of their business. But the original story of the Vee family was that they actually owned a rubber plantation many years ago. And look, the economy was going a bit tight, and so the parents back then decided to send their sons to university to study business and to try and come up with a way that they could utilize the rubber better than just selling it or selling it onto rubber or people that require rubber. What they came back with is they came back with a plan to actually turn their rubber plantation and turn it around and start manufacturing. So they started setting up the Vee Corporation to actually manufacture and utilize their own rubber. So it was initially designed just to turn their rubber into an end product. What eventuated is the fact that the tyre manufacturing took off so much that their whole rubber plantation, which is thousands of acres, like it's a massive rubber plantation, now accounts to like less than 1% of their actual production. They buy in majority of their rubber. It's they still own the rubber plantation and still utilize it in the manufacture, but it is only a very small percentage of what they use. So it is a massive setup, very clean, but super hands-on. Like a tube that retails in Australia for like $10 or $15, depending on what it is, goes through so many hands-on process, and every tube is, after being manufactured, is inflated, water tested, then the air's taken back out and packaged by hand into a box. So when you consider the amount of labor that goes into just any of that, it's phenomenal. So
the factory that you went to, did they just specialize in bike tires, or were they just all tires?
No, all tires. Actually, while we were there, the Yamaha motorbike racing team turned up, and they were going through the factory as well, and they had a big range of high competition road motorbike tires there for them to take with them as part of their sponsorship. So they do manufacture for a number of brands, and yeah, it's phenomenal. It's so big, and they are just such friendly people, the Taiwanese, and yeah, they made us feel welcome. They wanted to know any input we would have into it, and yeah, we're just happy to be a part of the distributing the Vee product here in Australia.
I remember talking to you about it in the past, and you said that they actually put the labelling on the side of the tyre by hand as well. Is that correct?
Yep. All the hot patches that are done on the side with the V tyre or Speedster or whatever it is, or the mountain bike and everything is all, you know, hand laid on. And even when you see the like the mountain bike tyres and everything that have a reflective strip around the side, or the road bike tyres, they're all stuck on by hand. You know, it's just incredible. The hands-on is just phenomenal. It's just, there's thousands of people there just doing mundane sort of jobs like that, applying stickers all day. But they're all happy. They got a job, and they work for a fantastic family company.
And they have the same safety regulations of what we would. They're all very well protected and everything.
Probably, obviously not as stringent as Australia, but look, there was no stage that I saw something that I would think, geez, that's a bit risky. Like, it was all protected and guarded and everything. So, yeah, probably not as strict as Australia, but definitely a high standard. You know, definitely not a third world country sort of, you know, dirt floor factory. It's very, very professional.
Awesome. So Vee have got some news that we can't actually touch on until the 1st of June.
That's correct.
So watch this space. We'll have some more information about this next week, but just as a teaser, keep an eye out.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, do yourself a favour and yeah, have a look at the video that we've just played. Go back, play it again, and just try and visualise that these people are manufacturing these tyres in probably 38-degree temperature, humidity of probably 1,000%, and I think in one of them actually you see one of the guys leaning over with some rubber and there's just sweat dripping off his forehead, and that is just what it's like. And as you can imagine, a tyre manufacturing plant is quite hot because it's obviously it's got to be maintained in a melted sort of format during the process, and so the heat there is unbearable. But they are all skinny for some reason.
That smell of rubber would put you off your food, wouldn't it?
Actually, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't a bad smell, put it that way. I've smelled a lot worse things in Bangkok than just a rubber plantation, I'll tell you.
And the ECI van.
That's it, yeah. Only when it comes back from a boys' weekend. So, yeah.
That's it, Gary. That's it for our show.
Yeah, it certainly is. I hope everyone got a little bit out of that. And please email us to let us know what you'd like to see in regards to content or anything like that, or interviews. And really, really look forward to getting on the road and being able to bring some racing to all our viewers.
So don't forget to subscribe to the ECI Imports on YouTube. And what else do we need to subscribe to? We've got Facebook and Instagram. The handle is ECITV BMX. And well, that must be about it. Oh, don't forget to check out our website as well at ecitv.com.au.
So much to remember.
We do such a good job of it.
Yeah, I did that time, didn't I?
Yeah,
I didn't make a mistake.
No, not one.
Yeah, when I sit there and keep my mouth shut, I never make a mistake. So. Okay then, mate. Well, you enjoy your ride.
You're fishing.
Yes, I will. I will, as always. So until next week, everyone, stay safe and look forward to finally getting back on the track very soon.
Cheers.
See you, mate. Bye-bye.
Hey, mate.
So have you got any questions for me? Because I've got the answer.
You got all the answers.
I have. Till I sell them.
You can always get more answers.
John would like that. I'm getting motion sickness. Oh, now I'm really getting sick.
I think I bought my balaclava.
Yeah. Oh, that's better. Who said we couldn't improve the episodes? I think I'm going to go bareback.
Really? That's brave. Is that in ode to Cockatoo?
An ode to
Go like
getting
this.
out on the pump tracks.
Go like this.
No. All right. What are we doing?
All right, we're getting started. I'll wait for you to finish your dance.
Should put some music on. It's my morning dance. It's my morning exercise.
Don't pull that neck muscle.
Nah.